LeBron James is no longer the future of the NBA, and he doesn't even realize it. For the first time this season, fans picked someone else. In the Lakers' backroom meetings, a new name keeps coming up. This isn't just the end of one player, it's a whole generation's throne changing hands. And the player quietly making this move, you'll be shocked when you hear the name.
All right, LeBron with the same answer every time he's asked this question, at least at this point in the season. But Wendy, I'll start with you. Is the NBA ready for life without LeBron James?
Of course they are. He hasn't gone to the finals the last 5 times. Went through a period where he went to 10 finals over 13 years. The NBA was LeBron. He went to the finals 8 straight years. Wherever LeBron went was the center of the NBA. That hasn't been true for a while now.
LeBron James is still stepping onto the court like nothing has changed, same focus, same intensity, but here's where it gets interesting. Everyone else seems to be moving on. Legends like Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, and Shaquille O'Neal, along with the entire Los Angeles Lakers organization, are already looking ahead to the future. The energy has shifted, new faces are taking over billboards, conversations inside the locker room sound different, and every long-term plan seems to revolve around one big question: who's going to own the next decade? And that's where things take a turn, because the name that keeps coming up might not be the one you're expecting.
LeBron, I guess I should ask, do you still have the same uncertainty about next year? Do you have an inkling of what you want to do?
Yeah, I want to live. When I know, you guys will know. I don't know. I have no idea. I just want to live, that's all.
Be honest, should LeBron James have already hung up his sneakers, or does he still have serious value to bring to the Los Angeles Lakers this season? I want to hear your thoughts. Drop your take in the comments. Let's kick things off with the All-Star voting, because that's where fans made their feelings crystal clear, showing exactly how the public sees his place in the game right now.
The NBA All-Star reserve list is out or whatever. Kawhi Leonard somehow, some way, is not going to be in the All-Star game, which is just mind-boggling. And, of course, people are making the comparison that his numbers are way better than LeBron's. He's played in more games than LeBron, all those things. It's his home arena, the Intuit Dome, and somehow in Los Angeles. Don't forget, Kawhi is from Los Angeles, too.
Mm-hmm. Riverside, to be exact.
Exactly, right? And he's not.
At the start of 2026, the NBA All-Star fan votes dropped some telling numbers. Luka Doncic racked up an impressive 5.2 million, while LeBron James barely nudged past 3.1 million. But the story wasn't just the gap, it was how no one even blinked at it. No sports radio erupted in shock, no analysts scrambled to explain it. People simply nodded, because the shift had been quietly unfolding for years, and the votes were just the official confirmation. Everyone had moved on, everyone except LeBron.
All right, we have one more selection. It is the very last one. I'm covering it up, but if you guys get this wrong, okay,
come on. I'm about to say LeBron James. Come on. Like, we're not. Come on. LeBron is.
He ain't fooling nobody.
He ain't fooling nobody. What is this? 23? Oh my goodness.
22nd consecutive NBA All-Star.
From votes 631 to 649, the story was clear. While fans were casting ballots, legends were weighing in, and the front office quietly reshaped the team around a 26-year-old Slovenian phenom. LeBron James was still showing up to practice at 41, acting like none of it applied to him. That kind of self-belief borders on awe-inspiring or painfully out of touch, and this season, the numbers lean toward the latter. Through January 2026, LeBron is averaging 22 to 24 points per game on about 48% shooting, with 6.8 assists and 5.4 rebounds, impressive for a 41-year-old, but not the dominance that once defined him. His legendary 1,297 game streak of scoring at least 10 points ended in December against the Toronto Raptors with just 8 points, yet the Lakers still eked out a 123-120 win without needing his usual output. Digging deeper, the numbers tell an even sharper story. In the first 14 games LeBron missed with a back injury, the Lakers went 10-4 with Luka Doncic averaging 28 points, 9 rebounds, and 11 assists per game, posting a staggering efficiency rating and a plus 9.3 box plus-minus. Their net rating without LeBron? Plus 1.1. When he returned, it dropped to minus 2.5. The so-called franchise cornerstone coming back and tipping the team's efficiency into the red isn't a fluke, it's exactly the kind of hard data the front office is scrutinizing in every private conversation about the Lakers' future.
That was, priority number one for me. Role clarity. I think since we've gotten Bron back, we haven't been as organized offensively. Too many random possessions, so that's on me. So it's those three things: defensive clarity, role clarity, and offensive organization.
Coach J.J. Redick didn't even try to sugarcoat it. He openly admitted that since LeBron James returned, the team's offensive flow has struggled, with too many random, disjointed possessions. When your own head coach calls you out on national media, you've crossed from being a veteran leader into an offensive liability, a line even the most loyal LeBron supporters swore he'd never reach. And now, the contrast couldn't be sharper with Luka Doncic, who at just 26 is redefining what leadership looks like on the court. In January, he put up 32 points, 11 assists, and 9 rebounds against the Pelicans, then 28 points, 10 assists, and 12 rebounds against Memphis 2 nights later, and the ripple effect on his teammates was immediate. Austin Reeves was hitting shots he normally wouldn't attempt, Rui Hachimura was cutting and finishing cleaner, and role players were performing above their usual ceilings simply because Luka was creating opportunities before the ball even reached them. That is more than skill, it's leadership that elevates everyone around you. In his first full season as the centerpiece of a Lakers roster built for a completely different kind of star, the numbers in clutch moments underlined the gap even further. In the final 5 minutes of tight games, Luka's true shooting sits around 61%, while LeBron's is roughly 52%. A perfect illustration came on January 10th against Memphis. Down by 2 with under 5 minutes left, Luka went 7 for 9 from the field, hitting a step-back 3 that essentially sealed the win. Meanwhile, in a similar late-game scenario against Phoenix earlier in the season, LeBron hit a late jumper, but the team's net rating in that stretch ended at -3 with him on the floor. The legends have been watching all of this closely, and unlike the media, which often softens the conversation, they're saying exactly what they see loud and unfiltered. Michael Jordan said it bluntly, retirement has been calling LeBron James. He just will not answer. Coming from a man who never wastes words, that statement carries more weight than any headline. Jordan's public warmth toward Luka Doncic has been noticeably greater than it has been toward LeBron, and the NBA world took notice. A 2022 clip went viral showing Jordan giving Luka a full embrace, not just a polite handshake, but a proud, mentor-style hug reminiscent of his relationship with Kobe Bryant. Followed Jordan long enough knows exactly what it communicates. Magic Johnson was equally candid, saying LeBron is talented but not Michael, and while he loves LeBron, the comparison to Jordan simply doesn't hold. He went even further, emphasizing that the future of Lakers basketball isn't about staging one more farewell tour for a player whose career has already had more send-offs than anyone should ever endure. It's about building the next era around Luka. Shaquille O'Neal didn't mince words, saying, at some point, LeBron James will retire, but you've got a 25-year-old Luka Doncic, meaning the Lakers have a solid decade ahead. Notice the framing. Shaq isn't disrespecting LeBron, he's simply laying out the math of basketball futures, and for anyone willing to be honest, the path forward is obvious. Cedric Maxwell, a Finals MVP and 2-time champion who shared the floor with Larry Bird, directly compared Luka to Bird in court vision, the way he manipulates defenders without relying purely on athleticism, and his mastery over game tempo. When someone who played alongside Bird makes that call, it's not a hot take, it's a first-hand evaluation from someone who knows that skill set at its peak. Even Gilbert Arenas, who doesn't hand out praise lightly, said Luka reminds him of the older generation of players who operated on basketball IQ that can't be taught, flawless footwork, lightning-fast reactions, and the ability to create shots seemingly out of thin air. Arenas described it as a rare, old-school mastery, something solid and fundamentally sound that's increasingly scarce among today's stars. Even Allen Iverson didn't sugarcoat his thoughts on LeBron's future. His message was simple and unmistakable: LeBron's chapter is closing, and it's Luka's time to shine. Iverson's praise for Luka Doncic isn't casual, it's reserved for players who earn genuine respect on the court, not for hype or headlines. Across the board, the legend's opinions are consistent and unmistakable, all arriving independently at the same conclusion just by watching the game unfold. The Lakers front office is on the same page, too, with Rob Pelinka openly stating that the franchise is planning its next decade around Luka. Every decision the team makes, every trade, draft pick, or roster adjustment is now framed around building a squad for a 26-year-old superstar, not accommodating a 41-year-old managing back and joint issues with limited minutes. The shift is clear even in marketing. Luka dominates the billboards, arena promotions, season ticket campaigns, and social media, signaling exactly where the organization's focus lies. This isn't a slight against LeBron, it's a statement about the future, conveyed through the team's commercial choices. Behind the scenes, the natural friction of two alpha personalities coexisting has been noticeable, even through the polished words used on camera. A subtle but telling moment came when Luka joined a pre-game rotation meeting with Coach Riek before a Sacramento game, a meeting LeBron didn't attend. Such trust is never given lightly. Coaches only include players in critical strategy sessions when they see them as central, not secondary, to the team's direction. Every team decision now centers on a 26-year-old superstar, not a 41-year-old managing injuries. Luka dominates marketing and strategic meetings, signaling the franchise's future. Subtle friction exists between the two alphas, highlighted when Luka joined a pre-game strategy session LeBron skipped, showing trust and focus shifting decisively toward the younger star.